Hello, everybody. Welcome in. If you are new, please say hello in the chat. If you're watching this on the replay, I'm so excited you dropped by. My name is Carey. I am a psychic medium, an Akashic Records teacher and reader, and also a spiritual mentor. It's so good to be here. So, this is a spontaneous live stream. Usually, I go live every Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so last night was Halloween, and I actually was a guest on another YouTube channel with my dear friend who's also a medium, Peaceful Nick. And so we were on her page. There, the replay of that is on my channel here, so you can check that out. I did a lot of channeled messages and readings, and we had a wonderful time. So I hope to be able to see more of you there. So I'm going to also be getting started on TikTok if you're interested. My TikTok platform name is exactly the same as it is here on YouTube. So when you come on, please, I would say when you arrive, please feel free to say hello in the chat. Again, today is going to be a little bit different because I am going to be doing readings today. So usually I have a lot of readings that are for the collective, and there's a whole thing that we go through every single Friday, which is, I think, really special. And today, because I didn't get to do that, I'm going to be doing it here on YouTube, but also on TikTok. So if you're interested, you'd like to get a reading, all the information is going to be found on my page if you're interested in getting on the list. I'm also going to be pinning it here in the chat. It's really easy to be able to navigate it. All the information is very self-explanatory. And feel free to, if this is your first time watching me do readings, take your time to sort of observe. So a little bit about me quickly. I have been a trained psychic medium and Akashic Records reader for over 35 years. And I went through my awakening at a pretty young age, about the age of 19. And so I wanted to be able to develop and understand it and understand myself and understand spirit and consciousness and our existence here on the planet, very existential. And so then I really went through an extensive several-year training in a clairvoyant training program, energy healing, reading, and things of that nature. So, and the path continues. So I'm so excited to be here with all of you. I'm just going to get everything started on TikTok, and we'll get going, and hopefully we'll have some friends joining us here as well. Again, this is going to be, I would say, a little bit different for me than I usually do, because I normally, like I said, come on live on Friday nights here on the Tube of You. We'll call it that now because TikTok's a little funny about things that you end up saying as far as the words you use. So welcome in, everybody. If you're just joining, hello, welcome in, everybody. Please say hello in the chat. As I was saying, I am doing readings today. I'll talk more about that in a second. If you have any questions, let me just get rid of this one thing. And if you're new to my page, please feel free to say hello. Again, my name is Carey Koss. I'm a medium, a mentor. I'm also an Akashic Records teacher and a reader. And today we are going to be doing, I want to say, paid readings. I do paid readings a couple of times, usually once or twice a week. I offer that because I've been doing especially on TikTok. I've been hi Sean, hi Auntie Sean. I've been doing it on TikTok for several years, so I like to offer it to my clients as a way to be able to, just get a reading. Hi April, good to see you guys. Good morning, everybody. Just getting started. I just turned on my page. Essentially, happy Saturday. Hello. I'm also letting people know I'm streaming live on the Tube of You. So if that's something of interest to you, definitely feel free. Hello. Oh my gosh. Hello, Penny. How are you? Hi, Teresa. Welcome in, everybody. So yeah, if you are either coming in on the live, either on TikTok or on the Tube, please say hello in the chat. We're just getting started. I am going to be doing readings, but some of the things in my readings are going, some of my live streams are going to be changing a bit. Hi, Christy. How are you? Good to see you. Hi, Kat. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hello. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. If you guys are new to my page, feel free to say hello. I'm going to be talking a little bit about what I'm doing today. Some things might be new. Hi, Christy. Hello. Hi, Angela. Good to see you. Hi, Candy. Thank you for saying hello. Oh my gosh. Thanks for being here, you guys. Yeah, if you guys want to do me a favor and just tap the screen, share the live. Also, if you are able to do the daily heart me, that's always really helpful. I'm also live on the Tube of You. So if you'd like, thank you, Christy. Feel free to reach out. So I'm going to explain a couple things today, which are a little different than things I've done in the past. And I thought I would share a few things with all of you. So normally when I come on live stream, hi, Annabelle, when I come on live stream and I do free questions, especially psychic questions, I've been talking to my spirit guides about this. Thank you, Annabelle, for joining for the Daily Heart Me. So here's the thing. A lot of people, I think, especially on TikTok, really have a lot of questions in relation to things like relationships. And so for a time, I was starting to answer when I looked at things psychically, I would be answering those questions. Okay. But I also know, I don't think, based on my experience as a reader and as a mentor, that that is serving you. Okay. And what I mean by that is that the best way that I work with my students and my clients is for me to look at your situation, whatever your question is, from the highest perspective, and mainly from the position of your higher self. And the position of your higher self is connected to the Akashic Records. So I am going to be changing my lives and the questions I do. And so and I'm willing to take that, because it may not be as popular with most people, because most people, maybe want to get immediate answers for their especially relationship questions. But I also feel like I have to be true to myself as a spiritual mentor and a teacher, and what I'm best at. And although there are tons of readings that that people do on TikTok, especially, or even on YouTube as well, where you're going to get, you're going to be addressing the immediate things of your relationship questions. My style is going to be probably different, and might even require, if you have more questions about what's happening in the readings. Okay. So that's really the direction that I'm going with now for my channel. Both on the Tube of You and on TikTok. So I just wanted to let you guys know that too. So it's going to be slightly different, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. And really it is because, at the end of the day, I am a teacher and a mentor and a reader. And so I am here really to help you on your growth journey as a spiritual being, and to help you be in the most alignment, to be in the place of healing and transformation. And so that's my intention. So it might be a little bit different. So that's really what we're going to be doing. So when we're starting these readings, we'll do some freebies. And then if anybody wants to get on the list, feel free to let me know. Either I'm also streaming on the Tube. If you want to join me over there, it's very quiet over here. So feel free, if you want to join me on the Tube, that's fine. Thank you for the follow. So it might be different. So, and I thought I would explain, if you're newer to the Akashic Records, what I thought I would do is do some explaining about it, and to simplify it and hopefully make it as clear as. Hello, how are you? It's good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for saying hello. I'm so glad you're here. Here on the Tube of You. So I was saying, you guys, be sure to follow me on this platform as well. Oh, good. Thank you. I knew you would, Christy. So, essentially, what we want to talk about, we're talking a little bit about the types of readings I offer, and mainly when I'm doing readings, it's really going to be based on what information is for your highest good. And for me, that's really when I'm tapping into your Akashic records. It's a little bit different. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few. What I like to say is our freebies. And smaller readings so you guys can get a sample of the style of readings I do. And then if you are interested in getting on the list, all the information about those readings are here. And they're pretty straightforward. So feel free to say hello. Again, these are going to be more what I like to say are Akashic records, readings, and messages. And they'll be what you need for your highest good. Okay, that's what they're going to be based on. So it's a little different. Okay, so if there's any relationships, especially, what I want to say to you is the best thing that you can do is to say, if you're wanting to know about a relationship, what you're going to get is wisdom and advice from your higher self, from the Akashic records. That's what we're going to be doing. So I won't take, and again, this is mainly to give you guys the clearest, most alignment when it comes to the readings I do. So if you do, okay, perfect. Okay, great. So I have someone, I would definitely recommend you guys follow me and subscribe over on the Tube of You. Because I don't have as many people over here, and I'm gonna be going between the Tube of You, which you must be a subscriber, and also TikTok. So I would definitely recommend. So here, so when you get a channeled message from the Akashic records, it's different than when you get it if you just get someone who's reading your energy or who's pulling on something from tarot. It's a different message. It has a different quality to it. And it's also a transmission of energy. So it does have a different, you'll notice it's may even in the moment you hear it intellectually, it might not necessarily click, but then it will later, if that makes sense. So if you do have a question about your relationship, a couple things. I need to know if you're in a relationship. Hopefully I can do this, or this is going to take some time. You either say yes or no, okay, which is a Y or an N. And then you just want a message about it. So you don't have to put the person's name or anything, okay? So that's it. Hey, April. Perfect. Okay. So just so you know, because I'm giving favor over to the people who are now, because I'm trying to build my Tube of You channel, I highly recommend jumping over onto, yay, Yessie. I highly recommend, hi, KK Beauty. Nice to see you. I highly recommend going over to the Tube of You, but you must be a subscriber and following me over there. So you have to be following me on the Tube of You. You've got to be doing that. So I'm going to do about a half an hour's worth of freebies, and then we'll move into paid. So you guys can kind of see. Okay. So again, these are Akashic Records readings, and it's really more connecting with your higher self. So the quality is going to be different. Some of the information is going to be different. And I'm going to be going between the Tube of You, which you must be following there and subscribing, please. And then also on on TikTok. Okay. All right. So the other thing I want to say quickly is it takes on a little bit more time, but if you need to put your first and last name so I can tap into your Akashic records, understand I'll never follow you or reach out to you. Okay. So first and last name, I know it's a pain. It's not going to be fun. And then if you're in these are different type of readings, right? So my list is not going to open for a half an hour. If you want to pay and get on the list, you're more than welcome. Okay, so I'm going to be starting first on the gram. Okay, so I need your first and last name, and then if you do have a specific question, remember it's going to be, hi Eileen, it's going to be really based on wisdom from the Akashic records. So it's going to be different. It's going to be new. These are going to be much more like channeled spiritual messages. So if you are on the Tube of You, put your first and last name, and then if you have a topic, you can just say the topic. And we're going between No, you want to go. Thank you, Eileen. You want to go by your legal name. Your legal name, first and last, whatever that is. Great. I'm so glad to see you, Samantha Clark. Okay, great. We're going to start with Samantha. So, Samantha, do you have a topic too? We'll start with you. If you have a topic or if you just want a channeled message. And I'm going to be going between sorry, you have to be following me on YouTube. Sorry. And I'm not doing past life for the freebies. If you want to get on my list, you're more than welcome. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with Samantha. So I'm going to go into here because she was the first one on the tube of you, and she's following me over here. She's subscribed. Thank you. Hi, Laura. Okay, so let's see. What do we need to know for Samantha? I got your first and last. Samantha Clark. Okay, thanks, you guys, and I'll keep up with these. I'm usually pretty good about keeping up with these. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, Samantha. This is a very interesting message coming forward for you specifically, Samantha. And here we go. Everybody ready? So I feel like you are moving through something that I think could have been once very debilitating to you in relationship to relationships. This is what your higher self is referencing. And it really feels as though that almost like there's a part of you from your younger years, very young, that you've brought into a lot of relationships that feels very vulnerable, doesn't feel protected, and doesn't necessarily feel safe. And I really see you working on trying to heal that inner child wound specifically. That's what they're showing me. So it's a really interesting energy. I think a lot of it, the way it comes up for you, is very much connected in with what I want to say are your third eye. And that is your perception of life events, perception of how things to do with relationships and love. And I also feel like your higher self is saying they're preparing you for a change that's coming in the next over the next 2 years, as though your perceptions for your life and relationships going forward are going to really shift. They're also saying you can change this perception by doing healing work, especially around the third eye. So it's a really beautiful energy. And I would say what your higher self is saying, you're being staged for your next on your ascension journey. So you're clearing out energy, you're moving past things from, I would say, a lot around relationships and healing inner child. So that's what I got for you. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So just so you know, everybody, welcome in. So what we're doing today, I'm having to do a lot of explaining, and I understand that. It's not going to be for everybody. But it's going to be for the right people, and that's why I'm doing these. So these are Akashic Records readings. They're very different than your typical reading. So here's Samantha's validation. Makes sense. Have been working on sharing emotions rather than blocking them. That is amazing. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. So just a little bit of information. I realize I'm going to be having to explain this more than normal, and that is okay. It's going to take a while. These are Akashic Records readings. What we're doing is I'm picking a few people between TikTok and YouTube, where I'm doing some freebies, but then I'm going to be opening up my list for paid readings. I shared the link of how to get on the list if you want to do it after the first half an hour. That is connected at the top of the YouTube chat, and then also on TikTok, you can find it on where my picture is. So this is going to be it's not going to move as fast as normal, especially on TikTok readings. But if you stay around, thank you, Yessie. If you stick around, it's going to be worth it. And though for those of you who are really on your spiritual path or interested in that, this is going to really make sense to you. A lot of people are going to come into this live and just bounce right out. And I am totally okay with that. I'm not here for the numbers. I'm here for the right people. I think you guys know that. So I appreciate your patience and understanding. So if I'm going to go between this the tube of you. These are for the freebies and also TikTok. So stick with me. It's going to require a little patience. And if you want to get on the list, you definitely can. All the information is both on my page on Tube of You and also here. So I'm going to be picking at random. Okay. Right. Does that make sense? And also we'll do that. Now I'm not doing past life readings as my freebies because that takes longer. But if you want to get on the list, you can see it. Those are in the link in my profile, and those will be about 15 minutes, just so you know. Okay, I'm going to go into TikTok. You also make sure you're subscribing to my channel, and I would really recommend it. I go live regularly on both apps, but it's a little bit more in depth on the Tube of You, just to let you know. Okay, let me just see what we're getting. I'm going back into my TikTok fam over here, so stick with me and we'll see what we got. Okay, so just make sure you're following me, make sure you're tapping the screen, sharing the live, and we're going to see what we get. Okay. I'm going to go with Eileen. All right. So let's say, and Eileen, did you have an area of focus that you want to get information from higher self? Thank you, Christina. I see you. Thank you, Tammy, for that follow-up for the Daily Heart Me. Love you. So, surprise me, Eileen. I love you. Eileen, can you remind me of your last name? I do need first and last name. First and last name. I love that you've had a lot of past lives in Asia too, by the way. What a lovely day. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, you guys, thank you for all your patience and your grace. This definitely takes a little bit longer, which I think is wonderful. Okay, I'm going to go with Eileen over here on TikTok, so feel free to stick with me, and thank you for your patience. Let's see what we're getting for her. I'm going to, first of all, make sure I close the records for Samantha. Okay, I'm going to go into Eileen's Akashic Records, and we'll see what we got. Okay, so right now, Eileen, what your guides and your higher self is telling me in your Akashic Records is that you are really working on healing yourself. Healing yourself. I also see this really going on in the lower part of your body, specifically, Eileen. So I'm going to close my eyes for this, so bear with me, guys. So what they're showing me specifically in your Akashic Records, and I'm getting the chills when I see this, is that you have had a lot of lifetimes where you have worked as a laborer. So physical, things that where jobs, career vocations you've done where you've done physical labor, manual labor. And what they're showing me is it has on some level stunted your growth when it comes to your expansion with both career and finances. And what they're saying right now is you are shedding that energetic skin. Ooh, I'm getting the chills totally when I'm seeing this. Okay. So as you're preparing for your next expansion of energy, because I know you're on your spiritual path, okay, and you're shifting that vibration, understand, I'm totally getting the chills from my whole body. This is, and I know because Eileen's been working with me for 2 years already. So, and I don't think I've ever read her quite like this. And so I want you to give yourself time and patience to let the healing occur, because you can't push into the labor, being a manual labor-based thinking process anymore, okay? You'll be out of alignment with yourself and you will literally sustain an injury. They're saying if you try to push. I know you won't. That's just the thing. Totally got goosebumps, she said. That makes so much sense. So give yourself time to transmute this energy, and you're not doing all the work. Your guides, your higher self, are helping you with this energy and the shift. Okay, so give yourself time. I love that so much. That is a huge energy. Wow. Okay, I'm going to really surprise surgery on Thursday from a knee injury, she says. Holy smokes, girl. Okay, well, I'm glad you're doing the work. So that's incredible. I love it. So if you guys are wondering, I love you. Thank you so much. I know, right? Welcome. This is the Akashic Records. This is why I'm no longer doing those readings anymore of like will your boyfriend come back to you? That just is not what I'm supposed to do. And that's no offense to anyone who does that. It's just, not for me after doing readings for as long as I have. My guides are like, you're not doing those anymore. Okay. I was like, okay. All right. So hang on, guys. I'm going to close my eyes. And then I'm going to move back to my tube of you audience. You never stop blowing my mind. Well, you're doing the work, Eileen. You're doing the work. Okay. I'm just showing up. All right. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to, and then I'm going to I'm going to grab someone from the tube of you. And if you follow me, the group is much smaller on the tube of you, you guys. All these lovely souls on the tube of you, they are following me. They're subscribed and they're going to get more attention. I will tell you, because they're smaller numbers. So that's as a high recommendation to follow me on the tube of you, because there's fewer of them. And that's just because, I'm doing a little bit of weeding out on TikTok. For people that I'm probably who are a better match for me, right? They're a better match for me energetically. And that's just because, and this nothing against anybody. It's just, I don't want to waste your time or my time when it comes to doing this work. So we'll do it. If you do want to get on the list in about 20 minutes, or so, I'm going to be opening up my list to do paid readings. So I'm going to be here for a while. Okay. All right. I'm going to close Eileen's records and then I'll move over to our lovely folks who are over on the tube of you. Hi. Hello, Mary Grace. Good to see you. Okay. I'm going to close my eyes and close those records for her. Hang on. Hi, Angela. How are you, my love? Thank you so much for joining my fan club. Okay. Hang on. I'm going to close my eyes and close her records. Right. Christy's like, I'm coming over. Christy's like, I'm coming over. I see you, Christy. Christy is also one of my super subscribers. I'm going to be opening up as soon as I reach 1,000 subscribers on the tube of you. I just will give you guys a little bit of a heads up. I'm trying to migrate myself almost exclusively over to the tube of you. Channeling my energy in one location is much easier for me. So I highly recommend coming over when you can. This is going to take a couple months. I'm not going to do it till January, but I would definitely check it out over there. It's better for me. It's more educational content. It's long form content. It just resonates with my vibration a little better. Better for me, better the work I do. Okay, let me go. And then we're going to pick someone from the tube of you. Hang on, guys. Okay, now I'm going to go into my lovely chat here on the tube of you. And I'm just going to go up here a little further. Okay, Vivi, sorry, I hope I can say this last name right. Vigi Gowden. Are you still with us, friend? 2503. Let me know in the chat if you are here. Hi, my friend. She was the first one here. I'm feeling drawn to you. Can you let me know your first and last name, my friend? Again, I'll never reach out to you for private readings. And then we can let me know if you have a topic you want me to look at, my friend, and then we'll get started. If you guys do want to get on the list, my list will be open, which will be more in-depth readings as far as these go. Oh yeah, Mary Grace. Thank you, my love. You know the tube of you over here. Vigi Gundit. Oh, that's it. Okay, perfect. Now, Vigi, do you have a topic you want me to do your reading for in your life, like an area that you're interested in for clarity? Yes, I understand, Yanedez. Yes, I'll explain the whole thing. I'll let you know in just a second. Okay, just an Akashic record. So you just want a channeled message. Okay. So if you're coming in new, let me announce this again, what we're doing. So if you guys are new to my page, welcome. So my name is Carey, and I am a spiritual mentor, a medium, and Akashic Records teacher and mentor. What I'm doing from now on my live streams are two different types of readings, very specifically. What you're seeing today are called Akashic Records readings, okay? Which you're not going to see a lot on TikTok. It is different type of reading. It is much more coming from the place of where your higher self and your guides reside. And okay, Vigi, I see you. And so the messages are going to be channeled from them. You can give me a topic you want me to look at, but they're going to be much more connected to your spiritual growth, your healing journey, and your ascension. So they're not going to be more that the third dimensional layer of will he come back to me and things of that nature. They're going to be based on your healing, your growth, and your wisdom. Does that make sense? Because I teach all these things, I'm a mentor and a teacher. This is a better display of what I do rather than doing the other kinds of readings. Now, this is not going to be for everybody, and I'm totally okay with that. So it's okay. And if it doesn't resonate, you're like, I don't know what she's talking about. It's okay. And no judgment at all. But this is just what I do. It's I've been I've been on my path, and I've been a medium and a mentor for 35 years. So I want to be able to show that. And this is what I do on my private sessions, in my mentorship and things like that. So that's why we're doing it this way. And that's what we're doing in these readings. So I'm going in between. I'm going in between the Tube of You and TikTok. Now, just to let you guys know, I'm going to be these are all complimentary for the first half an hour, and then I'm going to be going on to my paid list. And the paid list for everybody on the Tube of You is at the top of the chat, and when you press on it, it's a Google Doc, and it will explain everything about the price and everything else. Very easy to figure out. If you have any questions, I might even put it in there. Okay. Just to let you know, that's how we're doing it. So these are free. I'm not going to be able to get everybody. I apologize. And I'm going to just see where I'm drawn, and we're going to go. So thank you for your patience. I know it's a little confusing because I'm doing something new. Okay. So we're going to move on to doing Vigi's reading. Okay. So thanks for I love Tube of You too. It's my favorite. Oh, good, good, good. Okay, Angela, I'm writing that down, sweetheart. Thank you. Yes, so Mary Grace is saying, if you guys can like the live, it really helps me. If you guys can be liking the live on the Tube of You, it helps me a lot. Okay, darling, I got you, Angela, for your full. You'll be the first person on the list. Thank you. So stick around. It's going to take me a couple minutes to figure this out. So yeah, Mary Grace is right. One thing that would really help me, if you are on the Tube of You, if you guys can be tapping the screen on the Tube of You, there are hearts in there. I think you can do it. And then also make sure you're liking the live, and then you're also subscribed. That's super important. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you for your patience. Finally, we're getting there. I know it's a lot. Okay. So let me go into Vigi, and Vigi is wondering about home. Okay, so let me get into her reading, everybody. It's Vigi Gundin. Okay, I'll be with you in a second. I'm going to close my eyes. Thank you for the follow, everybody. This is a different type of live, and I'll be explaining it as we go. I'm sure you'll have questions, and that's okay. All right, here we go. All right. So Vigi, so first of all, it's so nice to meet you. I want to let you know I appreciate you being here and subscribing to my Tube of You channel. So you asked about home, and I'm going to say something. I want to say your guides in the Akashic Records, your higher self, what I'm seeing when I'm entering in is there's a big door that's just opening wide for you. A lot of experiences, a lot of connections with loved ones, a lot of support from the spirit world is coming into your energy field right now. And I want to say, it feels to me like I know you've had some hardships, especially over the last 2 to 3 years. I can see that. And I want to say your guides I'll just say in the spirit world or the Akashic Records, they're showing it to me from here. They're surrounding you and really wanting to support you on your life path journey right now. And they understand the difficulties, they understand the emotional drain, and they understand the need for support. So here's what they're suggesting for you. They really want you to, on a regular basis, this could be 2 to 3 times a week, they want you to spend time in quiet contemplation, and you could call that prayer, where you set aside time to just commune with what your form of spirituality is, right? So it could be your guides, it could be your loved ones in spirit, it could be your higher self, your higher heart. And then simply ask for healing and understanding. What they want to let you know 2 to 3 times a week, this is your homework. Okay. So, and it's because they know you've been looking for answers. They know you're looking for guidance. They know you want understanding. And it's not going to come from a mental, like something in your mind. It's going to come from energy and a healing energy. Healing energy is as simple as opening up your consciousness, asking for the help and understanding and transformation, and then guidance. It's very simple. But I want to say, I think you need to make sure you're making time for that. That's really what they're saying in the Akashic Records. Okay. I hope that brings you healing, wisdom, and understanding. And I feel like they are preparing you in your life to feel stronger, to feel healed. That's absolutely correct. I'm very glad. I hope that brings you comfort, peace, and understanding. And also, they are saying you might also make sure you bring a journal with you or something to write notes in, because you're going to start having reflections. And I also am getting an image of you specifically, probably doing some, do you read, I want to say this, do you read either some kind of a spiritual text that brings you comfort? Does that make sense to you? Because I am seeing that. So finding something, it doesn't matter. It just has to align for you, whatever it can be. It can be a book of prayer. It can be a specific book. I don't know if you practice a religion or not, but they're showing they want you to grab a book or hold a book of sacred text and just maybe open it up and receive a message. So that's one thing I am getting for you specifically. I hope that makes sense, Vigi. I'm sending you so much love and lots of healing. Thank you for letting me read for you. Again, if you're joining, welcome in. So my name is Carey. I'm glad that makes sense. I'm so glad. So if you're just joining, welcome in. So my name is Carey Koss. If you're new, I am a medium and a mentor, and I am an Akashic Records teacher, guide, and also, and so the readings that I'm doing now on both on TikTok and on the Tube of You, which I would highly recommend you guys follow me on there, are now the types of readings I'm offering on almost exclusively. Besides, you have a prayer book. I felt that you had a prayer book. So I feel like open it and then let it receive. I love that for you. So these are the two types of Soraya. If you guys want to learn tarot, I just want to say my mentor is here, Soraya, the tarot reader. If you really want to learn how to read tarot, follow her she is on the Tube of You, and she's also on TikTok. She is my tarot mentor, the best in the world, the best. So just to let you know, Soraya, I'm also on the Tube of You over here. So let me digress. So here's what we're doing today. So if you're following me, if you come over to the Tube of You, please make sure that you are subscribing. So here is Soraya's handle. Soraya, are you the Soraya at the tarot reader over here too? I think you are, my love. Oh my God, I saw your Halloween wedding. Okay, Soraya is my tarot mentor. She is the best. I mean, tarot reader. I'm writing this down, Soraya. You're coming over on the Tube of You. That's Soraya. I think pretty sure she's British. You can't miss her. She's adorable. Mm-hmm. I'm promoting you on the Tube of You. You know I'm obsessed with you. She is a specialist in tarot. When you have a specialist in tarot, it's a whole nother level of depth. Just to say, I love you. We should do a live stream on Tube of You, Soraya. We need to do that. Anyway, I'm going back. Okay. Forgive me if you're just joining me. I know you're like, what is this lady talking about? Okay, so just quickly, let me summarize. I know this is challenging, and I apologize. I appreciate your patience. So again, my name is Carey Koss. I'm a medium and a mentor, and I specifically specialize in Akashic Records readings and work. So these readings today specifically are going to be Akashic Records readings. It's different in its quality, it's coming from the plane of the higher self. So I am going to start on my paid list, but all of the readings I am doing now are going to be based on the wisdom that you receive when you channel in the Akashic Records. And these are things I teach. I have a course a certification course I teach, and it's very comprehensive and in depth for healing, working in past life, doing past life readings, but also medical mediumship and many things. So be sure to follow along. So this is going to be probably new for some of you, and that's great. I hope if you have any questions later, I'll definitely speak about that. But if I am doing some free readings here today, but I'm going to move on to my paid list in a minute. I already have a list going. All the information you would need to know if you want to get on the list can be found. If you're on the TikToky, you can find that on my page here. Or I would highly recommend all you guys start following me on the Tube of You. I'm going to probably early next year trying to bring all of my followers over to the Tube of You and exclusively be on that platform for many reasons. It's mainly energetically. It's a better energetic match for me. Hi, Michelle. TikTok is very, I love it, but it doesn't always lend itself to the type of work I do, which tends to be more in depth, as you can see. So anyway, we'll continue. All right, I'm going to do 2 more readings. I'm going back and forth between the Tube of You and also on TikTok. So stay tuned. And if you guys could make sure you're following me on TikTok, make sure you're tapping the screen, sharing the live. And also if you could make sure you're doing the daily heart me if you're able to do that. All right. So again, if you do want to get one of these types of free readings, you can definitely put your name in the chat, but understand that if you have a topic, you need to put your first and last name and then the topic. But the topic, if it's relationships, I need to know, are you in a relationship or not? Or if you want to talk about something else, you're going to be getting a channeled message from the Akashic Records and from your higher self. So I'm going to be doing one more I almost said Instagram. One more on TikTok and then one more here. Okay, great. So I'm going to go back through this. And again, I'm just going with who I'm drawn to. And this is definitely nothing personal. So stay tuned. Okay, good. And for past life readings, guys, those are more in depth for me. I love that you're asking that, Nicole. Those take longer. So I think mainly what I think might be good is just like what message is good for you to know. It might come from there. Thank you, Tippy Tappy Into. I appreciate you for checking out my live. All right. So if you want to, let me know. But I love that. I am going to be, if you want to get on the list, you're more than welcome to, but I get it. They're a little more in depth. Okay. So Trish is here. So Trish, can you put in your first and last name as well, just in case? Oh, I'm so sorry, Miranda, about your dog. That breaks my heart for you. Sending you so much love. So much love. Okay, let me get in here. Okay, I see you guys for these. And if you want to get on my paid list, guys, you're more than welcome. Okay, hang on, guys. Let me get in here just a second. All right. Thanks for your patience, Trish. So Valor. Okay, hang on. Okay, so I'm going to be reading Patricia Jansen. Now, I want to tell you something. You mentioned this is about health. Ooh. So let me just clarify. I am a medical medium. I'm a medical intuitive, but I am not in any way a medical professional. So this is just for fun. This is just for entertainment purposes. I have to say that. And I'll just see whatever comes forth. Again, this does not replace medical advice or any type of advice like this, but I'm just going to see what information comes forth for you from the Akashic Records. And I'm over here on TikTok, guys, just so you know. But make sure you're following me, liking the live, sharing the live on TikTok, and make sure you guys are subscribing on the tube of you. That would be amazing. Okay, Patricia Jensen, I'm drawn to your energy. So let me start with you. And I saw your question. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, Patricia. Again, this is just a brief reading. Any type of reading like this is my guides are also really underscoring this. Really, this type of question which you asked should really, if you wanted to get more of an in-depth energy reading, a scan, more detail and confidence, honestly, just out of ethics, would never come from a short, small reading. And I want you to do what's always best for you and what you're getting from your physician, things of that nature. I think I'm going to be looking at this from more of an energetic standpoint and just maybe to give you a breath of fresh air or some clarity and confidence. That's what my guides are saying. So we'll reference that. Okay. Just to let you know. Oh, travel bugs, stick around. That's amazing. Okay, good. I love that. Akashic, right? That's why I wrote it in. I love that. Okay, good. We'll stick with that. Okay, let me continue with Patricia. So thanks for being here. Okay. My eyes are closed, so I don't always see you guys. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to say something to you. And this is, again, this might be very new for you, for some of you when it comes to energy work. So everything really that exists on a physical level in our three-dimensional world begins on a spiritual level. Now, not all things are energetic. Some things are just mundane and physical, but a lot of things that we endure in our lives have to do with energy and energy patterns. Okay, so we want to look at that from a grounded approach, a holistic approach, and from wisdom and clarity. Okay, so just that's the first thing your guides and my own guides are reminding me of as I'm in your energy and taking a look at this for you. The core of what you are currently dealing with specifically has to do with confidence and a belief in yourself. And you carry with you in your physical body, in your frame, an energy which depletes your life force energy of what I want to say is, this is going to sound very mystical, but the source of divine love. So when we are connected to source, when we are connected to the divine, we are connected and open in our energy to the most loving, healing frequency available to us as humans. Now, that is sort of a long explanation. How can I simplify it? Let me clarify that one. So I feel like you're carrying with you things that have occurred in your past, things like tragedies, disappointments, things that where you have lost your power, and things that have been very difficult. You're carrying them with you, and as such, it's depleting your energy. So let me say this in a simplistic way. The weight of these experiences are found in your physical body. Now, the answer is, on a practical level, how can you start shifting this and releasing this in a very, like, a way that doesn't sound as technical as what I just explained? I think the best thing for you to do is to learn how to, and you might want to write this down because I'm not going to be able to give it to you later. These are all free, so I can't. If you get a private reading with me, you get all this high touch information when you're working with me privately or in my classes, but I simply can't do that on a live stream. So what I want to say to you is they're telling me you need to put down roots. You need to find a way to ground your energy, which can be done. I have a free meditation on both of my platforms, TikTok and also the Tube of You. And you need to be able to start running energy through your energy field, earth energy and cosmic or divine energy. So finding a way you can ground yourself and finding a way where you can have a way you can release energy. and you need to be able to do that 2 to 3 times a week. This is a prescription, just a recommendation. Take the information as it resonates, but you're holding all of that, and that's why you feel the way you do. That's why you're feeling the way you do. So that's what I'm really getting. So the best thing you can do, this is totally free, just go to where my picture is. I have a free meditation. That's the meditation. So that will help start to shift. And then after that, you're going to be looking into guidance, starting on your spiritual path and development. And that's going to help you come into more of a holistic way of healing self. I hope that helps you. So if you guys are new, welcome. So I'm just going to be doing one more freebie, guys, okay, because I'm moving on to my paid list. If you're interested in my paid list, I'm going to put the link here on Tube of You. There it is. So that has everything. It's on a Google Doc, really easy to get on. Now, when you're on here, these readings are about 10 to 15 minutes each. So they're a microcosm of what I do in my private readings, but they're very effective and they're very affordable, comparatively speaking, I think. Okay. Thank you guys on TikTok for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you guys on the Tube of You. I'm going to go over to the Tube of You now, and then I'm going to get onto my paid list. So that's what we're doing today. Thank you guys for the follow. Thank you for being here. If you're wondering what we're doing, these are Akashic Records readings. They are bringing forth messages from your higher self and your spirit team. Okay. That's where they're coming from. Okay. Thank you so much. That's so kind. So I appreciate everybody being so patient. Unfortunately, I can't get to everybody for a freebie. So I'm going to go where I'm led. And, Christy, I will, stick around because I know you're one of my subscribers. If you can hang for a while, I'll give you a little message in a little while, but I've got to move on to my list. Also on the Tube of You, I would love to tell you guys that I'm going to be starting once I reach 1,000 followers on the Tube of You, I'm going to be starting a subscriber list. Okay. Meaning when you're a subscriber, you'll be getting more like private videos and probably we'll be doing session work and stuff like that. So, and what I'm doing is I'm moving a lot of my platform from TikTok onto the Tube of You. I'm trying to put everything onto one page. So I highly recommend starting to follow me over there if you like this kind of content. Hi, Lorenda. Make sure you guys are following Lorenda Carr Medium. That's my bestie. Hello, lady. How are you? I love you. Yes. So stick around. Okay. I know. Yes. So what will happen eventually? So for the moment right now, thank you for coming from TikTok as well. So for now, what I'm doing, a couple things. So I'm transitioning, but it's going to take a while from TikTok onto the Tube of You. It's going to take several months. So once I reach, like Christy is one of my subscribers on TikTok. So I'm going to be taking care of you guys for several months. Don't worry. But then eventually I'm moving everybody over to YouTube because I just can't spreading out my energy is not good for me or for you guys. So stay tuned because I have to wait till I get to 1,000 subscribers on the Tube of You before I open up. That's my goal. And then I'm going to be having paid subscribers, which will be wonderful. I'm excited about that. So you'll be having probably subscriber only readings and we'll probably do some, private events, stuff like that. It'll be great. Okay. So let me grab somebody. I'm actually going to go to Nicole Williams. What a lovely day 90, who has been here since the beginning of the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad, Travel Bug. I'm so excited you're here. So Travel Bug, stick around because I talk a lot about the Akashic Records. Stick around. If you're around after I do some of these paid readings, I would love to talk to you unless you want to get on the list. And if anybody on the Tiki Talkie wants to come over to the Tube of You, we're doing a lot over here too. So thanks for being here. Okay. I know I'm trying to channel my energy onto one platform eventually. And I love TikTok, but TikTok has so many little things you have, like hoops you have to jump through, and it's exhausting me. I'm just like over it. Love my people, don't love the framing. just to let you know. I mean, they're really trying to like, yeah, there's a lot of reasons I'm sure everybody can imagine why it's not great over there. Okay, let me go with this reading, and then we're going to move on to my paid readings. Okay, if you guys want to get on the list is here. And also, I just placed the list in the chat on the tube of you. Okay, guys? All right. Okay. Let me just get here from Nicole. What do I need to know at the moment? Okay, Nicole, here we go. Are you ready, Nicole? I'm excited for you. All right, sweetie. Here we go. And thank you for subscribing and being here. I appreciate you. Okay. So as soon as I go into your Akashic Records, wow, there's so much going on, so many beautiful things going on here. So I really get a sense that they're showing me, it's so interesting. I feel like you have this beautiful, I'm not sure what you're wearing on your profile picture, but it looks so beautiful. But I see what they're showing me, and it almost looks like flowers on your page, on your photo, but I'm getting these flowers. Okay, they're so beautiful. They're like flowers. And what they're telling me is that you're peeling the layers of the onion and you're getting to the very core. So you have been on your path for some time in a very heightened way for 2 years. Does that make sense to you? Like that's what they're showing me. 2 years, you're definitely a heightened sense, right? So there's many things that you have been exploring, and what they're saying to me are several things. Astrology. I feel like you have been into astrology, numerology, healing, transformation, and I also feel like you're trying to get really confident right now. Are you doing channeled messages? Do you have a page already? Are you starting to do readings? Because I feel like they're moving you in that direction. That's the direction you're moving. Yes, I knew it. So they want to talk about that. They want to talk about that. Okay. And yes, you have YouTube, girl. Okay. Before you leave me, I want to make sure I'm following you. Okay. I want to support your channel. Okay. Let me talk to you specifically about what message they're giving you for you. There's a lot to do with the throat chakra. Okay. Here we go. It might be some rudimentary advice, but it's exciting. You get channeled messages from time to time. Okay, good. So I feel like they're probably wanting to do more of this for you, which I kind of love. I love that for you. Okay, here we go. So really what they're suggesting here for you right now, they're asking you to like work on opening up both your heart chakra and your throat chakra. Okay. I feel like this is an exercise that's going to help you start inviting in your higher self, but also the divine, and to be able to move that energy through your body so that you can channel in a much more clear and confident way is what they're showing me. Okay. So there's this deeper level of a preparation before you go, either if you're going live or if you're about to videotape a reading. They're saying work on, you can do also your meditations in between time. They're saying really work on your grounding first. Yes, energy is very sensitive to me. I feel it a lot. Yes, absolutely. So they're saying make sure you prepare your space, and even if you can do this in meditation a couple times a week, so make sure you're grounding yourself. Make sure then you can invite in your own energy into your space, your higher self. And it feels to me like there is some energy kind of piled up around the first chakra, so it's sort of like condensed. And that's why sometimes it feels like in your throat chakra, it's harder to communicate because your energy is bunched up. So I want to say what I think would be, I know she's so sweet. She's like, I'm working. I know you are. And it's kind of like me, to be honest with you, to like see it. So please know it's just a validation of what you're working on. So if you can just imagine your energy going down to Mother Gaia and then having her really connect with you, because I feel like that you connect with her, and then bring that earth energy up. And then expanding your aura. There is one thing here that I'm seeing, lovely, which I think is specifically. So I'm trying to release it through having faith in myself. I love that. I also want to say, I think you inviting in your higher self and and spirit into your energy field is going to really help you kind of expand your aura. And then it's going to flow in just a bit of a different way. Try that. That's what they're showing me, because they're really saying that this is going to give you a lot of confidence, and also it's going to work on your channeling abilities. That's really what I'm getting. The other thing you can do for your throat chakra, they're saying, is just imagine in front of you there is a rose, and this grounded rose, and that anything that might be bunched up in your throat chakra, it's just moving into that rose just naturally. Okay. It's naturally moving into the rose. And then from there, you want to fill yourself up with a big golden sun. This is really absolutely lovely. You're doing an amazing job. They're so proud of you. There's definitely, oh, I pray every morning to everyone on my spirit. That's amazing. And I can feel that. And they want to let you know. I really feel like thank you, Florence. I see you. Florence got on the list. I see you for a mini. You'll be after Angela. Thank you so much, my friend. So we have 2 people on the list. Thank you guys for being here. All right. So I just want to say I'm so proud of you, and you're a beautiful spirit. I can see your intention is so good. And continue just working on your confidence, and make sure you're with people that lift you up and brighten you. Okay. That's really what I'm getting. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. That's a beautiful energy. Yay. I love that. Now let me make sure I'm following you. I'm going to write down your YouTube name. Okay. Thank you. Good. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What a lovely day. 90. Okay, great. All right, my love. You're so welcome. I'm so excited to do that for you. Okay. So welcome in, guys. If you're wondering what we're doing here, my name is Carey. First of all, thanks for being here. And I'm both on the Tube of You, and also I'm on TikTok right now. And we're moving on to my paid list. So I have 2 people on the list so far. If you're interested in getting on the list, I would say there's 2 ways you can do that. You want to, first of all, if you're on TikTok, you can check out right here. That's my list. And you can go to my profile and get on the list. We have 2 people on the list so far. I've got about 10 spaces open. I'm also on the Tube of You. And if you're on the Tube of You, please make sure you subscribe, like, and follow. And any of you guys here, if you guys could do me a favor today, just watch one of my videos that is not a short today, all the way through, like and comment. That really helps my channel. I've been really working hard on that channel a lot. Okay, so we're going to start for our paid list. Now, Angela, Darling Rose, where are you on TikTok, or are you on, where are you? The Tube of You. And then I have Florence also as well. So thank you guys for being here. I might be moving back to free readings. We'll have to see later. It'll probably take some time though. Thank you. Hi, Baz. I'm moving on to my paid list. I have 2 people on okay, good. All right. Now, what is your question today? If any, we're doing paid readings now, guys. So I'm over here also looking at you on the Tube of You. If you want to come over here, it's either platform is just fine, but that's where my attention's over here. So thanks for being here. Yeah, let me know again. I know you put your question in the chat, but let me know what we're looking at specifically for you, Angela, today, what you want to focus on for your reading. Hi, everybody. Welcome in over there. If you guys are on TikTok, if you guys can do me a favor and just tap the screen, share the live, that would be amazing. I'm also on the Tube of You going live. So if you see me doing that, that's where I am between the 2. I'm feeling stuck in career and also dealing with, oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So I'm going to do a channeled message for her. So I'm going to close my eyes. So if you're hanging out, welcome. This is an Akashic Records reading for Angela. Okay. I'm going to close my eyes. Okay. So a couple things I want to say to you about this specifically. Um, I'm just reading a few things. Okay, got it. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, thank you, Angela. Okay, yeah, I can see there's a lot transitioning for you right now. So that makes a lot of sense. Okay, very good. All right, let me just get back into your records. So the first thing I want to let you know, and feel free to jot this down, there's a flood of emotional energy that's sort of waiting to be released right now within you. Um, Definitely emotional is the primary energy that I see going on within you. And this is within your energy field, within your physical body, and within your aura and your chakras. And part of what happens when that occurs is that it creates disharmony between our intuition, between our daily life, and the things we want. So I feel like I'm seeing a lot of cluttering in your aura and your energy field. And in general, it's hard to bring forth clear messages. Some things that will probably help with this are going to be getting some energy work done, I would say. I even can see this being like some Reiki, because moving a lot of that denser emotional energy out of your field of awareness and out of your physical body is going to help you feel much clearer, more grounded, and give you access to your intuition on a deeper level. And also, there's a lot of different things sort of flooding your energy field, which are pulling you in a lot of different directions. It's not just emotions, there's also beliefs. There is impressions I'm seeing in your aura, which are very connected to your probably family of origin, right? Your family, your parents, things like that. So there's just a lot of cluttering in general. And this would make it feel very confusing and very unclear. That's something I wanted to note for you specifically. So if you think about this idea of following a path, of being as clear as possible, um, having a way that you can regularly channel and get information, inner guidance, is going to be really important for you in order to get a deeper understanding of like what comes next on your life path, things like that. Yes, I feel super emotional and energetically heavy. Yes. So I would say, it depends on what you want to do. If you wanted to, I think there could be, if you ever want to get like have a session with me, and you certainly don't, you can go where you feel drawn. But I would say doing some kind of an energy healing and a clearing is going to help you tremendously. And also removing some of this transitional energy that I think is really confusing you, that's going on in your aura and your energy field. And because that energy that's coming up is the stuff that's making you also emotional. So there's a compilation of both of these things, which is making it very make you feel disconnected from your heart center and your intuition. Okay. Now, I can do while we're doing this, we could spend the time, because you did get a full reading. I can spend another like 5 or 7 minutes, which a lot can happen in 5 and 7 minutes, to clear out your energy. And we can definitely spend time doing that if you're interested. Yes. So she's saying, I know I want to do astrology or something in that field using my empathy and intuition. That is a beautiful goal. And I'll definitely can give you some guidance on, maybe some places to start with that. And I think knowing that that's really in your heart and that's in your energy field is a wonderful goal. So that's one aspect. This next aspect would be healing and clearing. And removing some of these energies in general. I mean, a lot of us do that, and many people have different ways they do that. So it's just up to you what you think would be best. But that's what I'm really getting, that if I was doing any energy work on you, of course, just to be transparent, when I can definitely do some clearing of what comes up. And then if you want a deeper healing and clearing, okay, good. So I'll do some energy work on you now in that regard. Okay, so let's do that. All right. All right, so your energy's open and welcome in, guys. I'm doing some Reiki healing right now. I'm also on the tube of you. If you're interested, we are doing Akashic Records readings and healings. If you want to get on the list is open. These are now paid readings. So if you're interested, let me know. I'm doing an Akashic Records reading now. So welcome in, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. All right, and then I'll just tell you what I'm getting as well, Angela, so you can see if this makes sense. So there is a lot in the area, and I'll refer to this as your womb space. Okay, that's the biggest thing I'm seeing. It's your womb space, exactly the energy you mentioned, but also I see it housed inside of your upper legs and also even into your calf muscles. So there's a level of strength. This is definitely connected in with work. The theme of work is what I'm getting. Okay. Interesting. So there's definitely an energy here that I'm picking up on that is a level of energy probably from this is either in your own history from this lifetime. It could also be past life. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if it's this life or past life. It's just energy that doesn't belong there. This is a lot to do with a high level of disrespect for the female body, which comes from men. That's what I'm seeing in your energy field. It's very foreign to your energy. And because you're getting in alignment with your spiritual path, it's really coming up to be removed. It is like a cyst wanting to be cleared out. I think you understand that. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling. It also goes into your throat chakra, into your abdomen slightly, and it in general it's a misalignment for you. Yes. Okay, I'm glad that makes sense. If you see me like making movements like that, you'll know that's just me releasing energy. I like to tell people that when I'm twitching, that's just something that happens when I work on people's energy fields. There's definitely also, I'm going to say, in the energy you are currently releasing, there's a level of an energy that feels much more like doom and gloom. It's what I call like a dystopian energy that feels very, makes you feel as though the world is not a place of love and kindness and protection, that it's a place of terrible things happening. Now, obviously, in the world, terrible things are happening, but if we put it inside of our energy field, it makes our energy gets weighed down and we are not as effective to help others and ourselves, if that makes sense. So, you know what I mean? So, so it's different. It's kind of like, that's why now, because so much is going on in the world, it's so important for us to work on our energy field so we stay at a clear vibration so we can be effective for ourselves and others. And I think you understand that. Okay, good. All right. So your guides are saying to me they're going to help you start working on this, specifically letting go of this armor, this negative energy, which makes you feel blue, okay, and makes you feel like dread. That's a big thing I'm hearing for you is dread, okay? Okay. So there is like a gateway that's opening for you. I want to say, I feel like a door is opening for you that makes me feel as though you're going to be stepping more into alignment and this energy of opportunity in your life and in your space so that you doesn't feel so heavy. I feel like that shift is coming. Okay. All right, love. That's what I have for you. I feel like I think in the next 1 or 2 days is what they're saying. Give yourself time. Make sure you're really grounded when you're driving. Okay. And I do feel like you're going to start integrating this in. You're releasing it now. Remember, these toxic energies are releasing. When they come to the surface, they feel the worst. It's just like when you're sick. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. I'm closing your records. Okay. Thank you so much, Angela. So if you guys are just joining us or you're coming in, welcome either on the tube of you or I'll get into some more Reiki done. Yes. Good, good, good. Perfect. There's also a lot of great people honestly, on the Tube of You who have amazing videos on Reiki healing. I would definitely recommend that. My favorite, I have a few who are my favorite, but I love Tip of the Moon. She's one of my favorite. She actually was my Reiki teacher. Her name is Bree. She's wonderful. Okay, welcome in, guys. Good to see everybody over here on TikTok. Okay, so now we have Florence, who also got a reading. If you guys want to get on the list is open. I'm doing paid readings now. If you're interested in that and you're on the Tube of You, I put it in the chat already. There's a link. I'll put it again in the chat if you guys want to get on it. I listen to a lot of vibrational music when I sleep, but probably yes, it might be nice, sweetie, to possibly do what I want to say. There it is. Okay, delete. Okay, there we go. So I would definitely say that might be helpful, because when they're doing those healing, they're specifically working on different things. They're very much targeting something specific. And so that means, okay, I'm releasing past trauma, I'm releasing past life, etc. So that's why it's really good to jump on there. Hi. Oh my gosh, Heber. Hi, Nicole. I'm also over on the Tube of You streaming at the same time, friends. That's what you're saying. Okay. So Florence, I have you on my list. If you want to go ahead and put your question in the comments, let me know. I'm doing paid readings, guys. So if you want to get on the list, let me know. Oh yes, Tip of the Moon. Her name is Bree. Her channel on the Tube of You. She's also on TikTok. That's the name of her. She's Tip of the Moon. Amazing. She's an amazing Reiki master. She's been doing Reiki for like 20 plus years, and you can feel the vibration. Okay, got you. I got you. Let me look that up on PayPal. Got it, Florence. Okay, hang on TikTok. I got to go check something. I'll be right back. Oh, okay. Love you, Angela. Thank you for trusting me. Okay, let me get Florence's. I got her question here. Florence. Okay, great. Now, Florence, do you have because we're getting the one question, do you have whatever your higher self wants to talk about? I love that. Thank you, Florence. That's perfect. I love it. And welcome from Germany. Where are you from in Germany, by the way? I love my I have a lot of people I love who live in Germany. Welcome in, everybody, by the way, too. That's amazing. I'll definitely check it out, too. And Florence, would you mind also letting me know your last name, my friend? I'm so glad you're here. From Berlin. No, you're living in Spain. Amazing. Beautiful. I would be living in Spain, too, especially at this time of year, right? Okay, Arnold, thank you. Dankeschön. Okay, Florence. I love that I have people coming from Europe. That makes me so happy. Okay. All right, guys. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. All right. So I see your question. That was amazing. I love that. Very love that. Love that. Okay. Let me go ahead and go into your records. I'll be right with you, Florence. Okay, your guides are very, very in conversation, very chatty. Okay, Florence. I'm going to give you everything they're saying, because I think it's all about a lot of these topics, which I'm excited for you. So let me connect with them and I'll let you know what they're saying. They are really mentioning that they are preparing you for so much right now. They are talking about you putting down roots and then allowing things to come to you. So rather than you energetically being on the move and trying to make things develop and happen out of action, they want you to ground and suspend your energy for a time being to allow things to flourish and grow. That's the sense they're giving me. So having a really deep connection to the earth, to, I would say, Mother Gaia, and to be able to then feel your own roots, They are also really talking about working with your ancestors. And I'll mention a little bit about that, Florence. So, because there's something very specific. Oh, they're giving me a lot of information. Okay, just a sec. I want to make sure I'm giving this clearly. So, what they're really saying is that you are going through a time of rebirth, and you are, as I mentioned, preparing for your next steps on your journey. This is a huge time of transformation. There's a lot of even physical transformation in your how you feel in your body. So, what I want to say is, I feel like your ancestors, and I'll reference that because we want to make sure we're calling on our benevolent ancestors. Your ancestors are going to help you feel rooted, grounded, and connected to the earth plane. And it'll be helpful to have this because you are going to be releasing a lot of things that have been trapped in your energy field in the past, or compartmentalized or pressured upon you, which make you feel like you're looking for something, but also as though you're disconnected from a part of the information you're looking for. So having the grounding is going to be very helpful. Connecting with your ancestors is going to be very helpful. And then opening up your energy, much like a rose opens, to receive. This to me also really looks like connecting with the part of you that is connected into the sacred feminine, to your ascension process, and to realizations that are going to that will come to you and arriving to you. I also want to say there's something to do with timing here, Florence, and synchronicity with timing. What also can be known as your highest timeline. So there's a way that you can get your energy in connection with that. And I feel like this can come from a simple meditation or intention or prayer, depending on what you align with, Florence, in your words and your verbiage. But opening up your energy and just saying, I wish to be in alignment with my highest good and my highest timeline. Now, highest timeline is here in this body, right here, you manifesting here. But also that's going to help you as you make choices, as you open up your energy, life path direction, and also with love, relationship wise. It's going to only put you in alignment with relationships that are for your highest good. It's going to tap you into your innate wisdom in your heart center and help you feel prepared. There's also going to be a lot of downloads you get and information that's going to start streaming into your energy from your upper chakras in and opening up your heart space. Oh, thank you, Florence. That's amazing. So this is what I want to say. I think you're in an amazing place. I can feel it all through my body and in my legs. And that's, for me, Florence, is always my indication of the highest, things being the clearest, things being absolutely the clearest. So I also want to say, lastly, for you, when it comes to ancestors, you want to call upon, you can write this down, your benevolent, uplifted, and enlightened ancestors. Those are like some of our ancestors are still sort of caught, in energies that they're releasing because they're healing on the other side too. And so you want to go for the most supportive ancestors you have, the ones that are going to really hold you and help you on your earth journey the most, is what I'm getting. And I do feel like they're around you. I feel like you do have these loved ones around you who are really highly in support of you. Also, I have a little bit more coming in. So just a sec. Let me see what else is coming. I'm glad that's really resonating for you. That's amazing. Okay, good. All right, let me tune into this. So I definitely feel some guides coming around you too, Florence. These will be like master teacher guides. Let me just zoom in a little closer to see whose this is. And of course, you see what you're open to. You are always you've been working with your ancestors. I love that, Florence. I feel it. You have some really wise ones, especially some of the females. Wow. All right. So let me zoom in here because I feel like we have a few, like, let's see if I can say to them, we have specifically some female guides coming through for you. Okay, hang on a sec. Let me see who's coming in. This is sort of more like probably master teacher guides, I would say. So let me see who's here. So I do feel like I have one guide coming through, and this is very interesting. She's calling herself a bruja, which to me is the word for, alchemist, witch, healer, wise woman, ancient. And she comes through as like an old crone. All right. And a beautiful old crone who works like in like the woods, and she has mastery over working with herbs, plants, and she's got ancient knowledge. This guide, specifically ancient knowledge, is what she's showing me, right? I've been going deep with my feminine healing for quite a while now, so that's beautiful. I'm so glad that makes sense. She's very much what I call a bruja. That's how she's referencing herself. I just want to see if I can get, yeah, I'm so glad. Oh, let me see if I can get like a little more information about her. Just a second. She looks like a woman of the woods to me. Honestly, she looks almost like she's so connected to the earth that she has like roots growing parts of her. Okay. See if I can see who this is. Hang on. So she feels like a guide who's connected to your ancestry. I don't think she is your ancestor, but I think she's connected to your ancestors. And I think she's like an herbalist, a medicine woman, definitely a witch. And I just want you to open up and see if this resonates, if this is something, a guide you could work with, because I feel like she's presenting herself. Definitely a healer, a sage, a wise woman. It's really what I'm getting. Pretty amazing. So I love that for you. So good. All right, my dear, that's what I'm getting. Let me know if that makes sense. It seems like it does. So thank you so much. I'm going to close your records. All right, that's what I got. Thank you so much. Okay, good. Very sacred. Yeah, she is like amazing. She's amazing. Love her energy. Yeah, I would be interested to see. She reminds me, you know what? Before you go, Florence, I want to show you. I have this tarot deck. I don't have the front. It's called Tarot of the Abyss. I don't know if you read tarot or if you're interested in that, but it's something, she's like it reminds me of her. And I kind of wanted to see if I could find an image that feels like it's her representative of her energy. And I think I have something similar. Welcome in, guys. Hello, hello. And we're hanging out doing readings today. And actually, these are paid readings now. We were doing some free readings before. We're moving now into paid readings. So if you want to get on the list, let me know. The list is open. And I'll be happy to answer your questions. Okay, I got to find this for you. So before you leave, hang on a second. Let me see if I can find the image I'm looking for. This is so beautiful. And if anybody has any questions about the readings, just let me know. I know we have just a small group on here, which is totally fine. Wow. So I keep seeing this one image over and over and over. I'm so glad everything you said resonates a lot. I'm so glad that made me just like super happy, that reading. I love it. And then Christy, if you're still here, hang on. Okay, let me check this out. I have this one image. I'll show you a couple of the things she looks like, and you'll see what you think. Okay. So beautiful. Okay, I'll give you the ones I have. Okay, one more. Hang on. There's so many. This deck really reminds me of her. This woman. She's so beautiful. Okay, hang on a second. Hello, people. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. How we doing? We're doing readings, and I'm just giving one of my clients here a card that I found that looks very much like one of her guides that came through. Okay, so I have enough images that are like her. I'll show you the pictures. This is pretty great. So let's see if you can see this. She looks a lot like this. Okay, Florence. She looks like Earth Mother. Oh, here's a good one. This is kind of like what I was seeing with her. I'll show you guys on TikTok too. She just like Earth Mother. There's another one. Yeah, those are good representations of how she feels to me. So thank you. And I'll show you guys too. These are the images of her guide that came through for me. If you're here on TikTok watching, she looked a lot like that to me. So thank you so much. That was lovely. I enjoyed doing that. So I don't know, Christy, if you're still here, I can pull some cards for you here or take a look. Thanks everybody for being here. We kind of cleared the room. It's nice and quiet. We just have like 3 people on TikTok and like 1 person left. Thank you, Florence. It was so nice to meet you too. All right, guys, here we go. I'm glad that's making sense. So good. Okay. Hi, Jody. How have you been? It's so nice to see you. I haven't seen you in ages. How have you been? Hello, Vanilla Baby. Hello, everybody over on TikTok. Hi, Tammy. Welcome in. Oh my God, you're still here. Okay, good. All right, Travel Bug. Now, tell me, you were asking questions about the Akashic Records. Now we have time, and thank you so much for being patient. Oh, good. So Florence is still here. Okay, good. So welcome in. Hi, Maritza. My list is open if anybody anybody wants to get a reading. We're doing paid readings now. So Travel Bug, you were saying something about the Akashic Records. I know you mentioned that. And let me know. I'd love to answer any questions if you have it about it, or what you were thinking about, or anything of that need in that regard. Let me know. So exciting. I love talking about the records. As much as I can possibly talk about them, I do. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. How's everybody doing over there on Tiki-Taki Land? I'm also on the tube of you, streaming here, hanging out. And if you're on the FYP, feel free to come in, answer questions. Happy to answer questions. These are Akashic Records readings, which really are very much connected to more of your spiritual journey, looking at things from a spiritual perspective, getting downloads and information about your healing journey. I was asking a friend who's in the area. You're in Denver. Amazing. If for a reader, she would, oh, great. It was suggested I go to my records to see how my inner child wants to get. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. I love that. What I love about working in the Akashic Records is there is such a deep level of healing that can be done. And that's something I teach and focus on specifically. It's just such, it's such a deep level of intimacy for me, of spiritual intimacy and knowledge, but also you can really get to the core of energetic patterns, root causes of things on an energy level, right? And also things that just keep you in misalignment. That's the perspective of the Akashic Records. And because it really is much more connected to what I like to say is like the 5th dimension. So if you guys are currently, if you guys are currently on TikTok, you want to come over and join me on YouTube. We're going to just have a discussion. If you want to have a talk about We're going to talk about the Akashic Records. If you have any questions, Maritza, do you follow me over there? So I'm over there now. I'm going to probably sign off on TikTok and move just over to YouTube. If you guys want to come join me, please feel free. We're just having chat, discussion, all the things if you're up for it. We will see you on YouTube. Okay, bye guys. Okay, now I can focus my energy. I was like, okay, I cannot focus on 10 things at once. Hang on, let me just close that. It's too, I can do it for a certain amount of time and then I'm like, I can't do it anymore. Okay. So in that regard, it is like one of, I think, the most effective means for being able to do that. And part of that is because, so let me go through my little, I would say, conversation up to how I talk about the Akashic Records. So when we as souls incarnate into the third dimension, we are still very much connected to, of course, our energy that is expanded and on the spiritual plane, because it helps, it's who we are in essence. It's also connected to the things that we have intended for ourselves in this lifetime. And there is, it has all of, if you imagine, it has every lifetime you've ever lived. It's connected to that. So it's literally like a field of consciousness. So if you imagine, if you want to remove something on a root level or be able to heal on a deeper level, going into your Akashic Records is literally one of the most effective things you can do, because it is where, before you go into the physical body, it's there in its energetic makeup. It's like the building blocks of your experience on a physical level. So if that makes sense. So that's why going in there is so highly effective. Let me know if that makes sense. And if you guys have more questions about that, I'm happy to answer those questions. They are, so I'm going to be talking about them a lot more on my page, on my channel, I will say. And I'm right now, I've been teaching how to work in your Akashic Records for 4 years. And I want to say I'm making some, I would say, are they improvements, or I'm, really working a lot on my program to bring in all these other things. Because the thing about working the Akashic Records, when you work on them regularly, you have updates, improvements, understanding, and knowledge that come in. And that's what helps you grow and to be able to also bring forth more information about the records and also consciousness in general. I'm going to put the comments up here. So let me know if you guys have any questions about that in general, or curiosities about that as well. Wow. It's, so when I was getting ready for this experience of coming on live today, I was vacillating or going between these things of like, because normally when I go on lives, I do a lot of like card pulls and things like that. And I have been feeling very misaligned with a lot of the way, the questions people ask, and that I'm not giving them enough knowledge, guidance, and healing. And there is definitely not enough, I would say, transformational information that comes through when I'm doing those sessions. And so my guides this morning said to me, it's time for a change. You need to now just focus on doing your readings that are based in the Akashic Records so people can really get the knowledge they need. Now, obviously, more masses of people don't necessarily want to receive, it's not that they don't want to receive, that they're not yet on the part of their journey where they're going to want to be able to tap into the Akashic Records, if that makes sense. So, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, and so there is just this like sort of fork in the road that I'm making when it comes to the work I offer all of you, so that we can really move, forward, and I can give you guys the most help knowledge and information. So that's kind of the point I'm at when it comes to the work I do. I want it to be like, Nick, what are you doing? I'm just hanging out on my live. I just did some readings. You guys make sure you're following my friend, Peaceful Nick. Okay. She is an amazing medium. I mean, we just have this little small intimate live right now, Nick. We're just hanging out. We're just doing our thing. I was just doing some Akashic Records readings, Nick. You're chilling. Good. I'm so glad. So tonight, I don't know if I told Nick this. Make sure you guys are following Nick. I'm doing an event. I'm doing a mediumship event tonight and readings tonight. I'm going to a private party with like 25 people. I'm essentially the entertainment. I did it last year, very special group of people. And I go and I do platform mediumship. So I'm channeling people's loved ones. It's so beautiful. I did it last year. It was amazing. It's really more of a Samhain event. And so it's like honoring the ancestors. It's one of my favorite things to do. So love it. So good. Thanks again for you last night. I had the best time, Nick. It was so much fun hanging out with you guys. You want to do that with tarot? You should do it, Patty. You should do it. You should do it. And let's talk about that too. And then, so Travel Book is saying this. Yes, I know. A lot of my chakras are blocked, and working on my joy, creativity, and inner child healings will move me forward, clear my intuition. Oh my gosh, absolutely. That is amazing. So amazing. We have to go live again, Nick. Let's plan it. I'll message you and we'll have some fun. That was amazing. Next time I'll have to make sure to put my mic on the whole time because I get like that. So anyway, let's go back to Travel Bug. Day of the Dead. I know it's going to be so amazing, Patty. I'm so excited. Oh yeah, you should totally do that. Absolutely. Channeling messages from loved ones. Amazing. And then tarot, I would think that would be amazing. So anyway, a couple things. One thing, I want to go back to the chakra conversation about energies and blockages. So one of the best things that I think you can do when it comes to clearing your energy is to do meditations that are specifically, like I have a free meditation that's on the link on my page here. It's a guided meditation, but it really helps work on grounding, opening up your energy, and then it helps bringing in your allies in the spirit world. And that helps to attune your energy to a clearer place. And so it's almost like the way I look at your energy fields is being grounded, being open, and being aligned is the first step to having a healthy energy field. And so having a practice where you do that regularly. Also, if you do spirit work, things like that, that really helps move things a lot in a great way. So that's something else that you can do for sure. And so feel free to grab that meditation. But another thing I do is really making sure that you're grounded, that you have a grounding cord that goes from the base of your spine, your first chakra, down to the center of the earth. And then you just imagine briefly you're saying, I'm opening my energy to the highest good around me. So you're opening your energy field, and already you're having a place that energy can move and cycle through your energy field. The other thing I do like to do for myself, you can do it. There's many methods to do this. Imagine you have a rose that's grounded in front of you. Just say it's a red rose, even if you can't see it. And any blockages are just moving into that rose and releasing from you. This sort of gives you a sense of being centered, having alignment, and releasing. The other thing about that is doing, having some kind of a regular meditation does sort of help give you objectivity and neutrality, so you can differentiate between your thoughts, which are not totally you. They're part of you, but they're not completely you. And then you're being centered as a spiritual being in your physical body. So there's those two differences there, right? Something to think about for sure, And then let me know. I use the violet flame. I love the violet flame. That is one of my favorites. Travel Bug, can you tell me your first name? I think you might have said it in the beginning of the conversation. It's interesting with the violet flame. I started working with the violet flame in 2000, 19, and I still teach it to people all the time. It is one of the most effective in the moment tools. And if you guys don't know what it is, if you're new to it, essentially all you want to do, Andrea, thank you, Andrea. All you do is you don't have to see it, remember, but the color violet or the vibration of violet is just above what our naked eyes physically can see as far as spectrum goes, right? When we even if you see a rainbow, you don't necessarily see violet, right? So it's a higher frequency. So that energy in of itself, if you call upon the energy of the violet flame, yeah, try the rose thing. Let me know what you think. Oh, good, good, good. Yes, yes, yes. Try that. Try the grounding cord. So you want to imagine you have this violet flame above your head. You don't have to see it. And then you're having it, asking it to go through your chakra system, down through your crown, and then into all your chakras. It knows what to do. The violet flame is a frequency that's found on the earth. It's been written about for a very long time, and it has its own level of awareness. So when you call upon it, it does clear out blockages that you're ready to let go of. Some of our blockages, we aren't necessarily like, I always say, don't be in a rush to necessarily clear out every blockage. Blockages are teachers as well. So they do give us guidance, information, and wisdom. Sometimes we learn from them. So it's interesting to learn to not befriend your blockages, but observe them, because they can teach us a lot about our limitations, but also know that they're on their way out. They're not going to stay there forever. So it's a good thing. All right. Let me know if you guys have any other questions before I pop off the live, or if you want to do a reading, let me know. This was a really fun one. I enjoyed this tremendously. So good to see you guys here. Thank you so much for being here. Again, today we were just doing Akashic Records readings. Again, we can see the quality and the clarity that comes from the Akashic Records. So it's not even just the information. It actually can be also a download. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. That was so much fun, Nick. I had the best time hanging out with you. It was so natural. I loved it. I loved it. So when you do Akashic Records readings, does some of the information pertain to more than you are reading for? Absolutely. Yes. So that is such a great question. Thank you for asking that. Now let me kind of preface. Let me give you some context to that. Okay. This is such a good question. So when you're reading tarot, a couple of different things are happening. Okay. And it depends on you as the reader. So the first thing is that I'll give you a couple different options of this. So when everyone who reads tarot has their own way of reading tarot. Some people are very much just exactly by the, really connected to the almost like with the guidebook. So they really stick to what the guidebook says when it has to do with tarot, and they're really like fundamentally going with it. And some people use it, don't even go by anything connected to the anatomy of tarot. They just wing it. They look at a symbol, they wing it. So those can be channeled and informational. And then some people combine both, which is intuitive, and then also the structure of tarot. Now, I myself really appreciate the structure of tarot because it has so much. There are so many things placed into tarot that give us such good infrastructure and guidance. So that's an amazing amount of energy and information and wisdom and guidance you're going to receive. The difference between that and intuitive readings and Akashic Records readings is that when you enter into someone's Akashic Records, you are opening up an energy field that's connected to their soul blueprint, and every lifetime they've ever lived. And it's a higher level of information. It is it's beyond even intuitive hits or psychism. It's in it's, I hate to say realm, but it's in a dimension of its own. So it has its own vibration, so that when you're channeling it, that's why it feels like you're getting that, really getting a healing while you're getting the reading, because you are, because it's being channeled through the reader if they do it properly. And then you're getting a transmission, but it's also the quality of the wisdom that comes from there is a very high, like clear, high dimension, which is unconditional love, clarity for you as a soul, and wisdom. It's an experiential transmission. That's the best way to describe it. That's why it's different than an tarot reading. Now, I love doing tarot readings. I do intuitive tarot readings all the time. Not everybody needs to have an Akashic Records reading per se, but you can notice if you see the difference between two. And sometimes you're at a different place and you need something different. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you're just like, oh, I just need to know, is this person going to be the right choice, or I'm looking at a decision related to work or something else. So I'm just navigating these different things. What's the best option? You know what I mean? And then sometimes you need the insight and the wisdom and the information that comes from the Akashic Records. Now, the more time you can spend in the Akashic Records doing this work, the better. So and also the other thing I should say, a lot of people say, oh, I'm doing Akashic Records reading, but they don't necessarily spend regular time there. The more time you as a practitioner and a reader spend in your own Akashic Records, the more clear you are. So it's definitely something. And I even was guilty of that too. I mean, I learned how to read my Akashic Records quite some time ago. But my guides were like, oh no, you need to be in there a lot more than you are being. So they called me out on it. I was like, okay, but I can see why now. It makes perfect sense to me. So I can bring a level of mastery to it, if that makes sense, and understanding. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, if you notice, if you make sure you subscribe, because I do channeled Akashic Records readings with tarot. Those are the readings I do on this page primarily, especially the shorts I have, but definitely watch my long form videos, because the more people watch those all the way through, if you're subscribing, if you like it and make a comment, it helps my channel. And then I'd love to do this full time. I'd love to do these full time. And then my coaching, I teach classes, of course. But that's part of the whole, the energy of it all, right? Pretty amazing. I hope that answers your question. If you guys do have any other questions about the Akashic Records, anything connected to the Akashic Records, feel free to put them in the chat, because that's what we're talking about today. But I do love tarot. I mean, I read tarot every day. I absolutely love it. But also because I'm working so much with the Akashic Records, it's always going to influence it, if that makes sense. So it's kind of special like that. So as an example, when I do those channeled collective readings from the Akashic Records, I open up the Akashic Records and I say, okay, what does this group of these people need to, what does everyone need to know for their highest good? And then I do my reading through that. So it's layered and imbued with that energy, which I love. So I hope that makes sense. All right, guys. So let's see if you have any more questions before I come to a close. This has been a wonderful live. I've loved it and appreciate it. Thank you for being here. So when getting into the records, why do some people ask for permission and some don't? Okay, that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. So I'm just going to go based on my own experience and what I believe to be true. I do believe when I go into my records or someone else's records that there are Akashic Records master guides who watch over our records. And so that means that it's almost like your database, right? So not everybody can connect or contact your truth, your records, unless you give them permission. So, for example, and also what's happening when you go in and do a prayer to open the records, and it's really more connected to that you have to say an invocation or a prayer that uses your legal name to open the records, because it's almost like a key that gets unlocked in the spirit world or in the field of consciousness. And it puts you as a soul in resonance with the energy of that specific where you are in this time and space in this lifetime, because you're multidimensional. And then you're opening up that field of energy. So now, that being said, I know there are teachers that teach people to go into their own Akashic records that don't say anything about your name. Now, I think you can access your own records, your own, without saying your name. I am just a ritualist. So and I like people to feel clarity in the records. I like people to feel like they're in a beginning, a middle, and an end, that there is structure to it, and that there is clarity. The more you do that, the clearer you are. You also know you cannot access anyone's records unless you have their permission. The guides won't really allow you to do it. And if you are getting any information, I think it's likely to be distorted. It's not necessarily clear information coming from the Akashic records. It's probably something more connected to the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is that's like the astral plane. So I'm big on the rules, and every master teacher I know that is worth their salt, have to use permission. Every single one. All the best teachers do that. It's kind of like going into a sacred space and just bursting in and saying, "Give me all the information." There'll be guides there saying, "I'm sorry, you don't have access to that." It's a really good question. Also, Andrea, in the link on my profile, I have a free guide on learning to access your own records. I think it's like a 20-page guide. You're more than welcome to register for that. That'll get you on my email list. Anybody's welcome to have that. So, something to think about. All right. Let me know if you have any other questions before we end the live today. This has been so fun. We're coming up. Thank you. That makes so much sense. I'll make sure to put a halt on it if they don't ask. Link on YouTube main page. Yes. Looks like Patty Jo asked about your next teaching. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't see that. Hi there, Ems. Okay, Patty Jo, let me come up here. Oh, I'm so sorry, Patty Jo. So here's what's thank you. Love you, Nick. I'll talk to you later. So a couple things. Someone asked me about when is my next training. Let me do that. Okay, thank you for asking. Okay, so I'm going to be doing my next. So here's what's happening to my Akashic Records certification program. I am right now in the process of streamlining everything and getting it up and running on my platform, so that I'm thinking about February 2026. It'll be ready the very beginning of February. And it will, I'll definitely lay everything out. I'm finalizing it all there. It's going to be self-paced, but with live coaching, if that makes sense. So that means I think we'll be meeting like once a week live, but the whole course with all the education will be in video with like you can do it at your own pace, but then there'll be live coaching and practice sessions together where you can drop in. That way people can do it at their own pace. So I'm very excited about that. I am like really excited about it. My guides are finally like getting me all lined up to do it. And I used to teach more things, and they're having me really narrow my focus. So the Akashic Records course will have within it, yes, how to read the Akashic Records for self and others. It will also have how to do energy readings on people, how to do scans, medical mediumship. Oh, I know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Nick. And so it'll have learning how to do energy readings or psychic readings. That'll have a component of that. It'll also have how to do do Akashic Records readings for yourself, how to do past life readings for yourself, and then starting to do for others. And then there's the third component, which is learning how to do deep healing and I would say healing and then transformation in the Akashic Records for others. And it's quite comprehensive. So it's going to be powerful. And I'm still kind of fine tuning it, right? So I'm excited about it. So stay tuned for that. Yes, it's going to be great. I'm excited. Very excited about that. All right, guys. Okay, so if anyone has any other questions, let me know. I'm going to pop off. I want to thank everybody for being here today. It was so much fun reading for all of you and connecting with you, having conversation. I'm really excited about, things to come. Make sure you join us. I go live every Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for readings. Yes, thank you, Andrea. I will. I'm really excited about tonight. I'm very excited about tonight, too. I got to make sure I got my energy all right. So I want to thank you all again for being here. I can't wait to see you all in the next live stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please watch one of my longer videos all the way through. Comment, share, like, all the good things. All right. I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.